tune in to Thee Quinn show as I am being interviewed by Chanel Gale. My journey, my experiences, what's going on. So tune into that. See you soon.
Interviews with Thee Quinn. Hey everyone, it's Thee Quinn here and I'm back with another video, and you may be wondering, what is this? This is something new. Well, I'm starting a new series in which I'll be interviewing a different inspirational persons, especially to you guys in the blind and visually impaired community. Persons that can help to inspire and empower you to just go out there and show the world that blindness does not limit us. Today I have a wonderful multi-talented lady here for you guys to listen to. Her name is Diva Williams. She is actually the person behind Kulcharama with Diva Williams, a podcasting series. She is a business girl. She's an entrepreneur. She's from right here in the Sweet Jam Down, and trust me, you need to stay tuned for the entire interview because she has such an inspirational story, where she's coming from and where she's going, and she has wonderful advice for you guys out there, especially you blind women out there in the community. But before the interview begins, please be sure to like the video and share it with others if it has been an inspiration to you. So let's get right into the interview. Alright everyone, so we're here with the lady herself, Diva Williams. Say hi to the viewers, Diva.
Hi, Chanel. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me on your program.
Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm sure the viewers may be wondering, what is Diva? What does the name Diva mean?
Thank you for asking, and again, thank you for having me on your program. It's a real pleasure here, chatting with you and motivating your viewers despite of what's going on in the world. So it was a blind friend of mine, which I think you might know. He was the one who gave me that name back in 2016, 17, 18, thereabout at university. I was going through some problems and he's like, you should be called Diva. I'm like, why? Because you're just determined for D, you're independent for I, you're V, vibesy for V, A, awesome at what you do. You just don't let nothing get you down, despite the circumstance. And from that, students, volunteers, and even lecturers, I didn't expect lecturers to really call me by that name. So it just stands as is, and it's here, building my brand, promoting me at what I do.
Wow, that's great. And I can testify to that once you get a name, in school or so, it sticks with you. Everybody calls it that. Most persons don't even know your real name.
Yes. If you ask me, no problem, but I'm not going to tell our real name like that. But
some of them, even if you tell them by we give them a week or so, a couple of days, they don't remember.
Yes, true.
All right, so I'm sure our viewers want to know a little more about you. Give them a little background information about you. Who is Diva?
Well, I am a vibrant, always on the go, the get-go. I'm an entrepreneur, motivational speaker. I am an elevator pitch business trainer. I am a business consultant, as in I consult small businesses. What else do I do? I'm a Spanish interpreter. I big Clubhouse addict, a Clubhouse master. I'm a podcaster, and you're a Jamaican girl and a good friend to have.
Yes, indeed. And so what really got you into, the technology side of things? Because especially mostly girls, we realize that they don't venture into, this part of the world. So what really got you into it, especially being someone who is visually impaired?
Well, firstly, I didn't go to school for the blind like everybody else. I went to the regular school system. And, when you go to school for the blind, you learn Braille, you learn technology, you learn independence, you learn everything education. So because I started technology late in the 9th grade, when the lady taught me about the computer, I was just so in theaters, I was just so inclined. I taught myself how to download songs. I taught myself how to do this, how to do that. I taught my father how to text, first of all. I taught him how to text.
Wow.
Yes, the first time phones, we call them the Nokia phone, them the bangers. Yes, yes, because I have some vision. I'm still able to see, but the doctor is saying that I have to, preserve my sight. And I moved from Nokia to Android, Samsungs, and then my sight was, it's still stable, but my eyes hurt me, and the doctor keeps saying, "Little girl, you need to get an iPhone or something." And we were discussing in a group, as you should know, about iPhone and Androids. And so ever since that young lady taught me technology, I'm just teaching myself. I taught myself how to use the ATM, how to do this, how to do that. So I'm a self-taught person. And I love technology to the point where I'm teaching blind and visually impaired people how to use their computers, phones, everything. So that's the norm for me.
So how has it been though with the whole issue with your vision and so getting along with the different technology and so on? Has it been an easy journey?
Okay, back then it wasn't. But no, ever since I've been to university, it has been a breeze. Because I have to get notes online, speak to people online. Ever since my last lap of UE, because I was able to get a little experience of COVID and school life. You in university, because you have to access notes. It was a little rough, but it's okay. I enjoy it. Ups and downs sometimes, but the most part I enjoyed. I learned a lot, and I'm happy to share the knowledge with people like you and everybody else.
And that's exactly what I always say as well. I like to be able, and I realize that you might be the same way. I like to use a little knowledge that I have, sit down and figure out some stuff. And then when I learn different things, share my knowledge with others as well. But I heard you say that you had a podcast earlier. I think the name of it was Kulcharama with Diva Williams.
Yes.
I've listened to a little bit of it before. Tell the listeners about your podcast.
So it's the name, first of all, came the story actually back at university 2019. I was there finishing up. And I said to myself, God, what am I going to know? Because job hard for getting in Jamaica, all over the world, but in Jamaica, I'm the careman for persons with special needs. And I said, what am I going to know? And my mother said, little girl, just pray. God will direct that path to success. And I said, okay, mommy. So I'm there following her advice. But while I'm there following, I still went on to get go. And, I conceptualize, I analyze a business idea. I spoke to my family, friends, everybody about what I want to do. And then a group of students from the University of Technology, Jamaica, came to the Office of Student Services, asking for some students to volunteer in a media project. And I was one of them. So I landed myself in the media world. I wanted to become a dentist, first of all. Then a judge, then a lawyer, then a journalist, but I wasn't sure how would the landscape go, or how would what would the end result be, to apply to you and all that stuff. So I know that quite a few persons who are blind and impaired have done journalism, still doing it, but different criteria. So I said, okay, let me stick to a business person. So while I was there doing that, I started looking at different microphones, YouTubing about podcasts, asking different people. That time, podcast, it wasn't so popular. But I consulted a couple of mentors, and I started my podcast in 2019. So that's how the name Kulcharama, but my first name was Talking Reality with Diva. But I felt like something was missing from it. And when I consulted my mentor, my best mentor friend, Mr. Wilbert Williams, he said, why don't you call it Kulcharama with Diva? But at the same time, the BBC had a name, Kulcharama, so I had to be careful, and that's how I did copyright law, couple years ago. So I did my name a different way, spelled a different way. So it's Kulcharama. So that worked out and everybody loved the name. And the tagline is where simplicity is the best thing. Why I say simplicity, come as you are. There are many times I am in different Facebook groups and people are asking for podcast guests and the requirements are just ridiculous. I said, wow. I said, let me make my requirements simple, to the point, but serious, no waste of time. But people to the point that people can understand that, hey, no playing games, no joke around, but still come as you are. And while I was doing that, I went on 195 The Globe, which was in the US. Also, Core Confidence Radio was in the US. I was on those radio stations, and there I launched out as well. And people were just there. Hey, why don't you come on this? Why don't you come on that? Why don't you have these people? I said, because podcasting is a volunteer thing, right? And I need money. Me not work. So,
Yes.
So I said I approached a couple of sponsors, companies that turned me down, and I approached one in Trinidad and Tobago, and he said, as a podcast, you need music. So I said, where am I going to get that from? And he said, I have a company, which I'll try and get him for you to come on your program. He's a really nice gentleman. I'll let you two partner together to build some collaborations. Although he's super busy, I can't do it myself, but he has a company in Trinidad, another company in Texas, I believe, Inner Sanctum Entertainment. So he sponsors me the music because it's royalty-free music, but I have to give him back some credit.
Okay.
After doing that and stuff, because trust me, I've been in many groups and people are like, hey, how can I get royalty-free music? I'm so scared, I'm so afraid I don't want to get in trouble. I point them to some different sites, which I have some for you, which I'll tell you off air. But royalty-free is a big misconception, a big thing to try and get because you don't want to get in trouble and all that stuff. So, long story short, 2019 podcast going well, 2020 podcast going well, 2021 still going well. I have stopped recording because I'm putting in some new things in place, putting it on a new platform, putting it on YouTube. So it's a lot of work, a lot of time management. So I find myself in a place where, viewers, I can sit back and build on my business, but job still have to find. I just applied to the university graduate program, so we'll see where they put me. If I get a job, hooray. If I don't, okay, I'll just continue to build back on my business and focus. But I feel like something will come through. But hey, not come through right now because COVID time. I've spoken to a lot of business people and saying, little girl, build your business, build your brand, because people not employing right now. Not to doubt or anything like that, but the sky's the limit. Still apply, but you can do it. And can you believe that many blind and visually impaired persons come to me for advice, social media? I'm trying to build a first platform that's accessible for social media wise, and I'm just appreciative of what I have, and I'm thankful.
All right, that's great. And we see you have great plans for the future.
Yes.
All right, so I heard you talk about different platforms where persons can access the Kulcharama. Let the viewers know the different platforms in which they can access it and at what times.
Okay, so the show is published every Sunday. So when it goes up, it'll be at your fingertips. You can go on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, but I will be moving from Anchor real soon and going on YouTube and another podcast called Pinecast. Right? So when that's up, you will know. So you will see some interruptions with a notice to say that, this is advised the public that So, but don't worry guys, the podcast will be up there just the same, and you can view at your leisure. They're not coming down unless I take them down.
All right, that's great. And one more thing, we heard you speaking about a business that you have going on. Could you tell the viewers a little more about this business?
Right, so my business is called Creative from Kulcharama, Creative Minds Business Development Services, spelled with a K, Kreative, Minds Business Development Services, where simplicity is the best thing. Come as you are. I've spoken to many consultants, entrepreneur consultants, again, and their criteria are just ridiculous. Honestly, God no, right? So, say for example, you want to come to me as a new podcaster, as a new business person, and you don't know where to start from. You don't know where to start. Now, when you approach some consultants, they're like, okay, you need this, you need that. You don't have it. But me now, I say, come as you are. But again, serious, no play games, no jokes, right? Come with the little that you have, and I will expand on your knowledge. So I cater to, but my target audience is person with special needs, but I cater to the wider public as well. What do I do? What do I offer? So I offer business consultations for small business people, audio editing productions, as in whether to edit, teach how to edit, advice, consultants, podcasting courses. I teach how to build your podcast in 30 days from scratch, 30 days or more. Now, there are many podcasters out there having their courses, but for me, I want to take my time and do it. Why? Yes, you must focus on your mission and your vision, your why, your how, your yes, your where, your who, your what, your purpose, everything. But I want to focus more on the royalty-free music, your copyright, your equipment, right? Because there are many people out there asking in groups, what should I get? What should I not get? And they don't know one clue. So I want to focus that more, ensure that you're set up fully satisfied with what you have. Right. I also do motivational speaking, as in you book me to speak at your engagements. What else do I do? I don't even know. Branding, social media, right? Many blind people complain about the social media. It's not accessible, especially when posting, particularly on Instagram, right? So I found lots of ways of navigating Instagram and this thing called Canva. Canva, it's a platform where you can create your flyers. You can download royalty-free pictures. So I've just discovered that I should write a manual about it so that everyone can access for free one manual, one-stop shop manual. But everything else will be an ebook you have to pay for. But that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so where can people contact you or be able to access your services?
All right, so you can contact me via email, creativeminds.ja@gmail. That's KREATIVEMINDS.JA, J as in Jacob, A as in Apple, @gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram, Diva_Williams Creative. Same thing as Twitter, Diva_Williams Creative. You can find me on Facebook, Creative Minds _JA, right? And I'm all there. All their social media platforms. Just find me and I'll be there. Just for those who are blind or visually impaired, my logo is a brain, which is red with a microphone at the bottom of it, pointing to it. The mic is red, blue, and a dash of black. And around it, marked KMBDS. The colors of the letters are blue, red, and a little bit of purple and pink, and with some dots within the letters.
All right, Diva, the woman of many talents. Boy, I tell you, you're an inspiration to all of us in the blind community. Trust me. What one last thing do you have to say to the viewers out there, especially our blind viewers? Yeah, something to encourage them, to let them know that, you don't have to just sit home and just accept any limitations. You can go out there and get stuff done.
I always break this down in 3 parts. So those who are sighted, please help us in any way you can. Cash, kind advice, in particularly jobs, especially in the workforce. I'm going to be speaking to a group of Rotary Club people, especially those who are lawyers, bankers, about employing us in the workspace. We can do it despite our challenges. This is my biggest mantra. Focus on my ability and not my disability. What do I mean? Focus on what I can do. Although my eyes are not able to see the paper, see the files, see whatever, see the computer properly, but I have the knowledge, I have the skills, I have what you're looking for, right? So please open your arms and help us with a kind heart. But those who are blind or visually impaired or whatever other impairment you may have in Jamaica and the Caribbean, notice I specified Jamaica and the Caribbean now, I don't reach US yet, soon get there. Now, accessibility is rough, poor. Jobs are hard to get, but it doesn't mean you must sit down and look up in the sky. Talk to your parents, talk to your friends, talk to people, surround yourself with people and things that are good for you. Do what you can do, be the best you can be. If you can cook, set up a YouTube channel and cook. You'll be surprised to see the amount of millions of followers. Look at Darman. Darman never had that much followers back then. Look at him now. He's making millions of dollars just because of YouTube, just because of changing lives. Look at the Vid Chronicles challenge. They say, let love lead the way. And they are telling many stories. Even if it's you and your auntie, do a little skit and you'll be surprised the amount of people that help you get that skit done or help you make up that money. You know, go to the bank, set up an account. No, let me tell you something. No, I know those banks are going to have a problem with your signature. I have been there. But do it. Get a trusted source to be with you. And do the best you can do. And I'm entering a competition, an empowerment competition in New Jersey. I will let you post the link so your viewers can vote by liking the video. It's called the Miss Blind Diva Empowerment Pageant. But there's a difference between empowerment and beauty. No, there's beauty in there, but this is more about empowering ladies. And I'm the first blind person to enter that pageant, representing myself, my family, and most importantly, you Jamaican ladies, you Caribbean blind and visually impaired ladies, to say, yes, I can. You can do anything if you try. You have to believe and rely on what you have inside, by Donnie McClurkin, one of my favorite gospel singers. So, people in the US now, the opportunities are there. I know many of us are complaining, but hold on to it, because we would love to have what you have. But hold on to it and be the best you can be.
Before I forget, guys, remember that Diva is entered into a pageant right now and she needs your help. I'm gonna put a link to a video in the description below. Please be sure to like the video. 1 like equals 1 vote for Diva to win that pageant. Oh my, that was such a touching and inspirational interview. Trust me. You have taught me a lot just sitting here and listening to you. It was so encouraging, and I'm sure the viewers are encouraged as well. It was lovely speaking to you today, a lovely interview. But do you have any last words or shoutouts before we go?
Shout out to all my fans over there in New Jersey, Texas, Australia, Nigeria, Jamaica, the Caribbean, all my family, my mother, my father, my sisters, everybody who love me, support me all the way. And let me just say, not to be religious here, but people who are visually impaired and blind or other disabilities, focus on God. Whether you're a child of the Most High or not, focus on Him. Tell Him a word of prayer. He wants to hear from you real quick. There was a lady, she's a pastor. She said, can you do a little motivational speech? She's like, can you do something on mental health and spirituality? I'm like, what are you talking about? So she's like, I said, what do you mean? She said, she wants to know, how does a person with a visual challenge or disability, mental mind is the state in terms of spirituality. And did you know, I found it on Oxford Dictionary, Oxford magazine, and an Oxford article, that 70% of persons with special needs never knew nothing about religion, God, Christianity, Bible. And look at where we are now. The article has updated. I'm going to find us in the link. 99% of persons with different challenges know about God, religions, Christianity. And majority of them are pastors, missionaries, evangelists. I'm going to try and get one for you. Pastor Stephen and Gina Fellows. I'm going to let you subscribe to her blog. She is amazing testimony. There are lots of Christian blind novels in Jamaica, in the US and the Caribbean. And trust me, girl, you'll be surprised. So people, focus on God, focus on Abba Father God, or focus on your person of belief. But trust me, when I pray, it was Norman Vincent Peale who said, when you affirm big, believe big, and pray big, God will show up big in your life. And he has done so for me. And I'm going to respect God to the fullest. So bye, everybody. Live good, love God. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel good. Life is a journey.
Well, guys, that is it. Wow, that was such an inspiring and impacting interview. Diva's links will be down below in the description, where you can contact her for her services, or you can access her different social medias to be able to watch her podcast. But that is it for this video, and the first video in this series, and it was a good one. And I'll be continuing this series, bringing on more inspirational persons for you guys to listen to. Please comment below to let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I'll be make sure to do more videos like this. But thanks again for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and to turn on that notification bell to be notified when I post a new video in this series. Well, see you guys later.